Welcome everyone. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for coming to our channel. I am Brother James, and I will be your host. And just to get things started, tell you a little bit things about myself. I am the father of 3 children on the spectrum, 9, 8, and 5. The 9 and 5 are about to be 10 and 6 in November. And we are starting this channel as part of our nonprofit, which is MPFAT, McKill's Path for Autistic Triumph. And we're doing this channel because of the fact that we want to have it so that people can begin to understand what goes on from a parent's perspective when you have children on the spectrum. We're going to strive to keep it real, as it said, keep it 100, so that everybody can have a better understanding. Everybody can better evaluate the situations that they may find themselves or other people going through, your friends, family, so on and so forth. And so that's what this channel is going to be about, talking about the challenges of changing life on the spectrum, where we can all begin to have a better understanding, to have some better options, to see things from a different lens, so that when we make our decisions, when we hear what's happening, we can have a better idea of what's real, what's fake, and we can make, again, better decisions to better know what's the real deal, what's really going on. And you're going to be hearing from myself, possibly my wife on occasions, even the children themselves, but also professionals, professional caregivers. We will strive to have on ABA people, and also some professions that, you don't normally think about. And that it will be how to deal with the police, how to deal with firefighters, how to make your neighborhood safe for your autistic children, whether they be yours or friends. This is going to take a huge effort on everyone's part to be able to truly remedy the situation, to make accommodations, and to make the community, our nation, and worldwide, make it so that our autistic family, our autistic children, can better survive, can have a better future. Because it's so many things that we have to deal with as parents, and it's so many things that these children, whether they be little, teenagers or full-blown adults right now, there's a lot of things that they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And unfortunately, because of their autism, one of their symptoms may be that they can't truly articulate what they're feeling. So, there's a lot of psychological things that have to be evaluated, have to be looked at. A lot of spiritual things. You can't leave that out. A lot of spiritual things, because we are spiritual beings. Which is why, one of the reasons why we are an advocate of Reiki. And I'm a Reiki master, in Kundalini, Usui, and some other things. And I use them to help my children get better, to help them heal. And we want that for all the families, which is why we have a partnership with House of Healing Light, where if you want to get training on Kundalini, either as a parent or if you want your child to receive the training, then please let us know so we can get you in contact with them, and you'll see the results for yourself. But it's that and many other things that we're going to have to talk about that we're going to have to think about, that's going to have to be brought out. The difficulties of the parents, their stresses, their strains. Where's the money coming from? You're going to understand more, have a greater understanding of how much money it takes to raise children on the spectrum, and how wiped out parents really are. And so when they call for your help, you'll have a better understanding. So that's what this channel is going to be about. This is just a short trailer, just a appetizer, if you will, to putting it out there to let you know what's coming. And like I said, we plan on having professional people, having other parents besides ourselves. Hopefully, my mother will allow me to have her on the show so she can give you a grandparent's perspective, because it's a lot of our grandparents that are going through this now, and want answers but don't necessarily know how to get it, or don't necessarily know how to put things in perspective. Because when you're raising children on the spectrum, one of the first things as a parent you're going to have to do is come to grips with the fact that you are going to have to change. You will have to relinquish some control over situations, because you won't be able to use your normal operating procedures. You're going to really have to start understanding your child more in order to truly get through this with the least amount of pain and stress on both sides of the fence. So hopefully my mother will allow us to have her on the show so she can give you her perspective. She has been an RN for many years. She's retired now. So, from a health perspective, she's basically seen it all. She's been in every ward of the hospital. So therefore, she knows how to deal with people. She's seen traumatic events. And so she comes with a better knowledge, a better balance, a better understanding of how things work. She's given us plenty of ideas, plenty of clues. And the one main reason why I want her to be on the show is so that she can allow other grandparents to see she put in work, she put in time, she put in study. She strives to pay attention to her grandchildren and evaluates the situation as she sees them, and she notices their progression. And sometimes will tell us, because we might not see it, but she sees it. And so that's why I really pray that I can get her on the show, as well as the other professionals that we have access to, because we want the families to have remedies. And that's why we started McKeel's Path for Autistic Triumph, our nonprofit, because of the fact that having to go through it ourselves, we saw that everything's so scattered and there's so much research that needs to be done. So we wanted to put everything, or as many things as possible, in one space for our families to be able to go to get help. Because trust and believe, this is something that we really can't do by ourselves. I tell my wife all the time, I take my hat off to our single mothers out there that are striving to make this thing happen with their autistic child by themselves. Just for us as a married couple, oh my goodness, it is stressful, it is painful, and it's trying. But as I said, when I talk to my wife about it, it's like I can't imagine having to go through this by myself and survive, really. And yes, it can get that bad because every autistic child is different. So you're going to be dealing with different symptoms. There's 3 different levels: mild, severe, and for some reason I can't remember the middle one right now. But it'll come to me at some point. Moderate. That's a moderate. Um, and so therefore, every child can be different, and especially if you have more than one in your household, definitely night and day. The symptoms can be on completely different channels, and you have to try to figure out how to deal with your children on a daily basis. So these are the things to look forward to. These are the things we're going to bring it out, because my wife was telling me we see autism being represented. She said, but you don't see a lot coming from the parents' perspective. So that's what Changing Life on the Spectrum is going to be about. It's us as parents sharing with the rest of the world what we go through, what's going on, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, the heartaches, how to deal with it when you first find out about it, how to deal with it getting through school, all the different things that you have to factor in as time goes on. Especially, I know some parents that have teenagers. So you can just imagine what that's like when you have a child on the spectrum and their hormones are raging, but you're not exactly sure how to help them. And you basically just have to deal with things as they come. So these are the things to look forward to. We're going to do our best to keep everything real, everything authentic, not try to sugarcoat or hide too much. But most of all, bring real solutions, real options, and at least give you some places to think from. So we look forward to bringing you the first episode, but this is just to, like I said, an appetizer, just to, like a trailer, just to let you know what's going to be coming. So with that, I'll say peace, and we can't wait to see you on the next episode. Peace.